The British are looking for comfort in dogs in the pandemic, and prices have skyrocketed. That calls criminals onto the scene, who cause immense suffering. More and more Britons are looking for comfort in dogs in the corona pandemic, as I said, and really the prices for the animals have exploded. For some races, people pay astronomical sums. This attracts criminals who steal dogs from their owners and sell them on or deliver them to breeders. The cases are said to have increased by 250%. The stolen despair of a high ransom and demand severe punishment. When, for example, Sarah was stolen from had six dogs stolen in late December, the Welsh woman was stunned. I was shocked, angry, scared, and of course very worried about the dogs. It was her husband who discovered the broken door to the annex where the dogs were sleeping that night. It's hard to get on with everyday life because you feel guilty, says Sarah near the town of Port Talbot. And you must imagine, 6 dogs at once. 4 Patterdale Terriers and a Border Terrier from the family are still missing. And an English Springer Spaniel was found by a passerby 1 month after the theft. She was seriously injured, and the perpetrators had apparently tried to remove the implanted microchip, unsuccessfully. Media across the UK are currently reporting cases like Sarah's. The BBC, for example, reported a case in which 2 dachshunds were stolen. The family is so desperate about the loss that they offered £20,000, that's just under 23,000 euros, as a ransom. That's all of their savings. The dogs are irreplaceable for them and their children, the mother told the broadcaster. Especially now in the loneliness of the lockdown, the fur noses often give comfort. Their loss hurts all the more. According to the organization Dog Lost, the number of dog thefts in Great Britain has, as I said, risen by an estimated 250% since March 2020. It's a pandemic that is just as booming as the coronavirus, explains Wayne May of Dog Lost, where dogs are found again using online databases and have them united with their owners. I've been doing this for 30 years now, and 2020 was the worst year so far. Before the pandemic, it was just casual thefts, May says. That all changed last year. We now have organized gangs that steal dogs in order to breed with them or to collect a reward or ransom. According to May, only tougher penalties would help. It is now more lucrative to be a dog thief than a drug dealer in the UK because the penalties do not match the crime. The only fine for stealing a dog is between £200 and £250. For such a ridiculous sum, the criminal gangs are ready to take this risk. An online petition wants the government to classify dog theft as a crime of its own in the future, much like the theft of driving addicts is punished as a crime. At least 8 years imprisonment and a fine of £5,000, that's 5,700 euros, are threatened by the will of the signatories. There is a maximum of 7 years imprisonment for bicycle theft. Almost 177,000 people have already signed, most of them, like Sarah, from Wales. The Parliament wants to deal with the matter with 100,000 signatures. In a response to the petition from the UK government, it said, "We understand the emotional trauma that stealing a loved dog can cause. But dog theft is already a crime and the punishment lies solely in our independent courts." However, guidelines already took into account the emotional pain that such theft could cause. The British have long been known as dog lovers, but since the beginning of the pandemic, many people have wanted to overcome loneliness and fears with the help of 4-legged companions. Great Britain is hardest hit by the corona pandemic, with more than 117,000 deaths in Europe. Prices, especially for puppies, skyrocketed, piquing the interest of seedy breeders and criminals. On Pets for Homes, an online marketplace for the sale and adoption of dogs, around 150,000 offers between March and September, and the average price for a dog was £1,800. That's more than 2,000 euros. During the same period last year, it was less than half. It was just £888. Puppies of some sought-after breeds, such as Spaniels, Bulldogs, Pugs, and mixed-breed Poodles, are sometimes called in excess of £4,000. You really have to imagine that. And you really have to imagine that people have to report on dog theft like this. If you want to stay informed, please subscribe to my channel and to my other channels. I'll see you in my next video. Auf Wiedersehen.